Ash battles Whitney as one of his rivals make a return, and we also see a new Pokemon being added to his team. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and let's start with part 4 of the Johto saga of what if Ash fully evolved all his Pokemon. Our heroes stop on their journey for a much needed lunch break as Misty and Brock curiously inquire about the bread they gave to Ash. He confidently assures them that it's in his backpack, but to everyone's surprise, the backpack has mysteriously vanished. The trio then notice a peculiar three-toed footprint and decide to follow it, causing them to encounter Nurse Joy, who discloses to them that her ham has also vanished too. Noticing more of the mysterious footprints, the determined trainers decide to keep following the footprints and end up in the forest. When the trail ends, the dense forest unveils its secrets as the scary red eyes reappear in the bushes, revealing to our heroes the arrival of a pack of Houndour. Determined to reclaim his backpack, Ash spots the Alpha Houndour on a cliff overlooking them all. A fiery determination flickers in Ash's eyes as he calls on the Alpha to challenge him. The Alpha Houndour leaps down, ready for a one-on-one showdown as Ash sends out Cyndaquil. In the intense battle that follows, Cyndaquil faces off against the Alpha Houndour, whose ember clashes with Cyndaquil's flamethrower only to be overpowered and take damage. The Alpha's second attack is a Thunder Fang, which is met with a smoke screen utilized by Cyndaquil for dodging the attack. Cyndaquil then follows this up by closing the distance on the Alpha with a quick attack, pinning him down. But before the battle could be finished off by Cyndaquil with a flamethrower, it is halted by a few sudden distant cries, distracting the Alpha and Ash. Ash, noticing something strange about the Alpha's reaction, decides to let him go as Ash's compassion earns him the Alpha Houndour's respect, who races away with his pack. Our heroes decide to follow the pack as the pursuit leads the group to a Houndour's den, where a wild golem has left one of the Houndour injured. But sadly, the pack's fire attacks against Golem's rugged exterior lead to nothing, thus failing in their attempt to save their injured friend. The Alpha though does not give up and launches himself at the Golem and is nearly about to be knocked out, but Ash jumps into the fray, shielding the Alpha from the Golem's imminent attack. The Alpha, surprised by this act, allows Ash and Cyndaquil to help him as they exhaust and distract the Golem. Meanwhile, the Alpha unleashes a powerful ember at Golem's head, successfully protecting the pack and defeating Golem. However, the injured Houndour's condition remains critical and the group decides that it needs urgent care at the Pokémon Center. Now, with unwavering determination, Ash insists on carrying the injured Houndour all the way to the Pokémon Center. The exhausted Alpha and the pack join the gang on this run to the Pokémon Center. Just as relief is about to set in, Team Rocket swoop in, attempting to capture everyone apart from Ash and the Alpha, who despite their exhaustion team up, showcasing their remarkable coordination and manage to defeat Team Rocket, protecting their friends together as a unit. But the run to the Pokémon Center takes its toll, and the pack with Brock and Misty stops midway because they are too tired. Although the Alpha and Ash are exhausted to the core, they carry the injured Houndour to the Pokémon Center lobby before collapsing themselves. In the Pokémon Center, Nurse Joy swiftly tends to the injured Houndour, whereas Chansey provides care for both Ash and the Alpha. After a much needed rest, Ash and the Alpha wake up to good news. The injured Houndour is on a path to recovery as Brock and Misty arrive with the rest of the pack, who express their relief and gratitude to Ash by licking him. The next day brings joy as the injured Houndour is noticeably better, sporting only a bandaged leg. Now, with everything better, our trio prepares to leave, but the Alpha unexpectedly returns Ash's bag, expressing a desire to join Ash, aiming to become strong like him. Ash, empathizing with the Alpha's sense of responsibility for its pack, reasons with him to stay, but a determined Alpha howls, signaling an understanding with his pack as Nurse Joy reveals that the Pokémon Center will protect the pack and train them to be guardians from potential thieves like Team Rocket. Touched by this revelation, Ash agrees to take the Alpha Houndour on the journey with him, and with a heartfelt catch, our trio continue their journey towards Goldenrod City, now accompanied by a new but loyal companion. On their way to Goldenrod City, our heroes take a well-deserved rest at the Pokémon Center and then resume their journey, only for Ash to accidentally collide with a young trainer holding a Growlithe, who earnestly warns Ash about a formidable opponent at an old mountain ridge. Ignoring the caution, Ash decides to confront this tough trainer head-on. As our heroes reach the bridge, Misty spots a young girl who introduces herself as Miki, while Brock takes a moment to flirt. Miki introduces herself and challenges him to a battle. She expresses her goal of strengthening her Skarmory, which is particularly weak against fire-type Pokemon. Intrigued, Brock sends out his Vulpix to engage in a battle with Mickey. In a fierce showdown, Skarmory's agility and strategic use of slash and wing attacks make Vulpix struggle against her. Although despite Vulpix's best effort, Skarmory's steel wing proves too powerful in the end, resulting in its defeat. Next up, Ash comes in and confidently claims he has a Pokemon too hot for Skarmory to handle as he introduces his new catch, Houndour. The clash then begins with Skarmory launching a slash, but Houndour manages to dodge it. Agility then helps Skarmory in dodging most of the embers that Houndour launches, but Houndour then cleverly uses smog to impair Skarmory's vision. Seizing this opportunity, Ash calls for a powerful Fire Fang, impressing Mickey. However, Skarmory retaliates with multiple steel wings and a wing attack, ultimately overpowering Houndour and defeating it. Despite the battle outcome, Mickey expresses gratitude and everyone returns to Mickey's house for dinner as Brock takes charge of the kitchen, showcasing his culinary skills. Mickey is impressed with him, leading to Brock casually flirting with her and suggesting that she could join their journey. Ash, intrigued by Skarmory's capabilities, questions Mickey about her training routine. Mickey shares insights, prompting Ash to decide on utilizing the same training for the next few days as she does. Misty, meanwhile, decides to train a water Pokemon, especially Magikarp and Psyduck, and teach Mickey more about them. On the first day of training, Ash, Brock, and their fire-type Pokemon engage in an intense uphill running and then battling with each other atop this mountain. The training regimen involves flamethrowers and ember practices for Cyndaquil and Houndour, while Vulpix practices Flame Charge, showcasing their strength. On the second day, Ash focuses on strengthening Houndour's flamethrower and enhancing its speed through a coordinated dodging exercise where Vulpix and Cyndaquil utilize quick attacks to dodge Houndour's attacks. Towards the end of the day, a wild Beedrill swarm disrupts the training. Aided by Cyndaquil's Aerial Ace and Vulpix's Flame Charge, Ash and Brock successfully fend off most of the swarm, leaving behind Houndour to deal with 3 Beedrills alone, who he then takes out by launching a big strong flamethrower as both Ash and Brock are impressed by the results of the training. The next morning, Ash and Brock decide to return back to Mickey's place, and Ash, confident in his training and progress, challenges Mickey to a rematch. As the intense battle between Houndour and Skarmory unfolds, Skarmory, known for its agility and resilience, attempts to overwhelm Houndour with precise steel wing attacks. But undeterred, Houndour expertly dodges 3 consecutive steel wings, showcasing its growth in speed and dodging skills. Then, with a sudden burst of energy, Houndour initiates its counterattack by closing in and executing an agile Thunder Fang that not only inflicts damage but also leaves Skarmory paralyzed. With Skarmory temporarily immobilized, multiple flamethrowers erupt from Houndour's mouth, creating a scorching inferno that engulfs Skarmory. The combined assault of heat and flames proves too overwhelming for the steel flying type Pokemon, as the once formidably airborne Skarmory now succumbs to a defeat. Mickey is thoroughly impressed by Ash's Houndour's improved speed and strength, while also expressing her gratitude for the experience, and reveals her aspiration to train and challenge gym leaders like Ash. Ash wishes her the best and anticipates seeing her at the Silver Conference, thanking her for the training spot and the dinner. As they part ways, Mickey also thanks Misty for the water-type Pokemon training techniques she had demonstrated to her. Ash and his friends then wave goodbye and leave for the next gym. On their way to Goldenrod in a need of a break, Ash and his friends decide to unwind at a nearby lake, releasing their Pokemon from their Pokeballs. The tranquility, though, is disrupted as Team Rocket swoops in, trapping our heroes and their Pokemon before the villains can make their escape. Though, a group of Ursarings launch a powerful Hyper Beam, shattering their balloon and freeing everyone. The Ursarings, however, though, turn their attention to everyone on the ground and start firing Hyper Beams and giving them chase. Ash and his friends, along with Team Rocket, scramble into a dense forest to escape the relentless Ursaring. This chaos leads our heroes being split into 2 groups. Ash, Pikachu and Brock in Group 1 with Jessie, and Misty with James and Meowth in Group 2. A truce is formed as everyone faces the common threat of Ursarings. Then Ash's group is attacked by a Ursaring, which Ash attempts to calm down using Teddiursa, but the situation escalates into a fierce battle. Teddiursa then faces one of these Ursarings in combat, attempting to prove its strength. But despite its valiant effort, Teddiursa is overpowered, forcing Ash to intervene and carry the exhausted Pokemon as they manage to somehow run away. As the night falls, both groups find temporary refuge. The respite allows Teddiursa to recover some strength, with Ash and Pikachu sleeping by its side. The next morning, the groups continue their attempts to evade the Ursarings and meet up, but in a surprising turn of events, they run into each other and Team Rocket attempts to betray our heroes. However, they are then interrupted by the arrival of 3 Ursarings who send Team Rocket flying. Now, the 3 Ursarings focus their eyes on our heroes as a battle ensues as Brock sends out Onix against one Ursaring, whereas Misty sends out Poliwhirl which engages with the other. And as for Ash, with determination burning in its eyes, Teddiursa steps up to face the 3rd Ursaring, seeking redemption and a chance to prove itself to Ash. The Ursaring initiates the battle with an Ice Punch, but Teddiursa swiftly counters with a graceful Shadow Claw. As the tension escalates, Ursaring launches a powerful Thunder Punch, which is met head-on by Teddiursa's equally forceful Metal Claw, pushing both Pokemon back. Undeterred, Ursaring charges forward with a relentless close combat. Teddiursa, utilizing its small size, manages to dodge some of the attacks during this first onslaught. However, the second wave of close combat proves too much and Teddiursa takes a massive beating. As Ursaring's anger intensifies, it readies a devastating Hyper Beam to finish the weakened Teddiursa. Ash, fueled by unwavering belief in his Pokemon, encourages Teddiursa to use Dig to dodge the impending Hyper Beam, and while taking advantage of Ursaring's recharge by Teddiursa emerging from beneath the earth and striking Ursaring from behind with a fury of Metal Claws and a surprising yet final and very powerful Hyper Beam of its own. The intense blast from the Hyper Beam leaves Ursaring defeated and down, but Teddiursa is also exhausted but has proved itself and collapses into Ash's arms, earning him not only Ash's admiration but also Ash being very proud for Teddiursa and their victory. As once all the battles conclude, our heroes decide to head to the nearest Pokemon Center due to Teddiursa's condition. While exiting the forest, Ash notices a sign revealing that the Ursaring's aggressive behavior is due to it being the mating season. Disgusted and shocked, our heroes move forward to rest and recover from the exhausting encounters with the Ursarings over the last 2 days. In the heart of the mysterious woods, Ash and his friends encounter rustling bushes which unveil a unique Pokemon, a Girafarig, catching the attention of our curious trainers. As Ash and Brock approach the Pokemon, a girl named Cherry emerges claiming the Girafarig as her own. The gang exchanges introductions and Cherry unveils a peculiar tradition of her hometown, which is known as Lens Town, where psychic Pokemon are raised to ward off the ghosts that dwell in the surrounding woods. While our heroes then enjoy the lunch in the Pokemon Center of the town, Team Rocket overhears Cherry's description of the town and concoct a scheme to steal the psychic Pokemon of everyone in the town through a secret weapon. Unaware of them though, Ash decides to leverage the town's psychic Pokemon expertise to enhance the training of his own psychic Pokemon, including Noctowl and Alakazam, joined by Misty Psyduck and Brock Stantler. Cherry, expressing her aspirations to compete in the Johto League, initiates a challenge for Ash. She proposes a battle, emphasizing that a deep bond between a trainer and a psychic Pokemon enables a telepathic connection, and declares that she wishes to achieve such a connection with her Girafarig. The stakes for the battle are set. If Ash emerges victorious, Cherry promises to introduce them to Lens Town's legendary psychic Pokemon trainer who had returned for the annual Future Festival. Eager for the challenge and ready to test the telepathic connection between him and Alakazam, and the battle begins with Alakazam showing its prowess, seamlessly utilizing Teleport in combination with Focus Punch, dominating Girafarig totally and then effortlessly dodging Girafarig's Psybeam and Confusion attacks. Undeterred though, Cherry as a last resort calls upon a mysterious power of Future Sight. A moment of suspense follows as nothing seems to happen. Seizing this opportunity, Ash instructs Alakazam to press on with a Psychic. Suddenly, a gentle wind rustles through the trees and without warning a colossal blast emerges. Unfazed though, Alakazam stands firm and channels his Psychic attack to instead stop the incoming Future Sight blast and redirect it towards Girafarig. This unexpected surge of power catches everyone off guard and the blast collides with Girafarig, rendering it unable to battle. Ash emerges victorious in the clash of psychic powers, showcasing the strength and synchronization between him and his Alakazam. After a captivating battle between Ash and Cherry, the group is then introduced to Lens Town's legendary psychic Pokemon trainer, Olympia, who introduces herself as the gym leader from the Kalos region while floating effortlessly in the air, leaving everyone in awe. However, her brief interaction with Ash after shaking his hand triggers an unusual response as Alakazam automatically somehow emerges from his Pokeball. Olympia praises Ash's unique bond with his psychic Pokemon and expresses her gratitude for them taking care of Cherry, her young cousin. The encounter though is interrupted by Team Rocket's Mecha Gengar, but Olympia effortlessly dispatches the threat with her own psychic Pokemon that the gang has never seen before. Olympia, recognizing the potential in Ash and his friends, directs them to the Psy Caves for training. But before taking her leave, Olympia tells Ash that they are destined to meet again, as Ash will someday play an important role in the future. Our heroes are amazed at her words, only for her to vanish into thin air right before them. The heroes then head into the Psy caves and are totally shocked by the waterfall inside the cave and its beauty, and then release their psychic Pokemon to join them in the meditation guided by Ash's Alakazam. Eventually, each trainer and Pokemon enter a deep trance as they communicate telepathically with each other. Stantler, Psyduck, Alakazam, Noctowl and Girafarig express their feelings of gratitude to their respective trainers for being patient and kind to them and for taking them in when no one would have because they were very weak. The trance culminates in a deep connection between the trainers and the Pokemon as the sunrise signals the end of the meditation, revealing that they had spent the entire night in that trance. The Pokemon then showcase the new attacks that they've acquired through this meditation, displaying their strengthened psychic abilities as Girafarig exhibits a powerful psychic fang, Psyduck demonstrates a perfect control over Zen Headbutt, while Stantler and Noctowl showcase psychic by lifting their trainers off the ground. The trainers then celebrate their newfound strength and Alakazam embraces Ash, telling him telepathically that they still have a long journey ahead to reach the level of strength exhibited by Olympia's Pokemon. As the evening falls, Cherry expresses her gratitude and vows to become a strong trainer and meet Ash at the Johto League. Our heroes bid farewell to Cherry, leaving the mystical town with a sense of purpose instilled in them through Olympia's introduction of a brand new region to our heroes. Excitement fills the air as Ash, Brock, Misty and Pikachu find themselves in Goldenrod City. Ready to challenge the local gym, Ash, with his newfound determination and a desire to capitalize on Teddiursa and Heracross's strength, shares his strategy with his friends over lunch at the Pokémon Center and then goes on to change his team as per that strategy. Next, as they make their way to the gym, Pikachu's enthusiasm leads to an encounter with Clefairy. Whitney, the girl accompanying the Clefairy, rushes over expressing concern for Pikachu too. Her friendly demeanor shines through as she introduces herself and forgives Pikachu for the collision. However, the joyful atmosphere is soon disrupted by Team Rocket, who sees the Clefairy. Ash, determined to protect the innocent Pokemon, swiftly springs into action with Pikachu, rescuing Clefairy from the clutches of Jesse, James and Meowth. Whitney, impressed by Ash and Pikachu's teamwork, offers to guide them to the place they are looking for, hence leading to her revealing to the trio that she is the Goldenrod City gym leader. Seizing this opportunity, Ash challenges Whitney to a battle, eager to earn the plain badge. Whitney graciously accepts, proposing a 2-on-2 showdown. As they reach the gym, the atmosphere is thick and anticipation is building up as Ash sends out Teddiursa, ready to face Whitney's Clefable, whose opening move is swift, with Teddiursa's Metal Claw countering it. The battle takes a strategic turn when Whitney commands Clefable to unleash a Meteor Mash. Ash, displaying a quick thinking, orders Teddiursa to dodge it with a dig, successfully avoiding the powerful attack. Whitney next tells Clefable to use Swift to cause up a dust cloud around them. Then, seizing this opportunity created by the dust cloud, Ash instructs Teddiursa to emerge from below and strike Clefable with another Metal Claw from behind, which lands. However, Clefable retaliates with a Zen Headbutt, leaving Teddiursa battered and defeated. Undeterred, Ash calls upon Heracross to take the stage. Whitney swaps Clefable for her formidable Miltank. The match unfolds with Ash attempting a seismic toss, but Heracross struggles against the weight of Miltank. Failing to execute the move, Miltank retaliates with a relentless series of rollouts, each one connecting with Heracross and wearing it down more and more. Ash desperately calls for an aerial ace which deals some damage, but Miltank then counters with a distracting double team which confuses and exhausts Heracross, who falls prey to Miltank's incoming body slam, sealing Whitney's victory. As Ash picks up the defeated Heracross, Brock advises Ash to let go of the negativity and take his Pokemon to the Pokemon Center for healing. Ash agrees, realizing the skill gap between him and Whitney. However, before even crossing the exit gate of the gym, Ash witnesses Silver scoffing at him. Silver then advises Ash to give up on collecting all the 8 badges at his current level, and then adds that Johto region is not as weak as the Kanto region. Although deeply insulted, Ash realizes that there might be some truth in Silver's words and decides not to react. Ash then decides to first observe Silver's match against Whitney before leaving for the Pokemon Center. The battle unfolds and Silver, with the confidence in his skills, easily defeats the gym leader, earning him the plain badge effortlessly. Silver's laughter echoes in the gym, intensifying the blow of Ash's recent loss. Silver then leaves challenging Ash to improve before their next meeting. Undeterred, Ash heads to the Pokémon Center with a burning determination to train harder and prove Silver wrong. Inside the Pokémon Center, Brock suggests working on the raw power of both Heracross and Teddiursa by incorporating the support of Brock's Onix. Misty adds her insights, proposing that recalling heavier and stronger Pokémon like Rhydon and Taurus could also contribute to their training. Excited by the plan, Ash thanks both of them for their valuable advices. That night, as he drifts off to sleep, Ash visualizes the rematch that he will be having against Whitney. The anticipation of facing challenges head-on and proving Silver wrong fuels Ash for the night, solidifying his resolve to train relentlessly for his upcoming battle. The next morning, fueled by determination and a reinforced bond with his Pokémon, Ash, Brock and Misty gather at the Pokémon Center to start their rigorous training regimen. Brock and Misty collaborate to design specific training plans for Heracross and Teddiursa, focusing on enhancing their raw strength, whereas Ash decides to bring out Taurus and Rhydon to participate in the training drills too. Excitement fills the air as the powerful Pokémon express their joy at seeing Ash. The training begins with Brock introducing the first drill, where Onix launches rollouts at Heracross and Taurus performs Raging Bull attacks against Teddiursa. The objective is for Heracross and Teddiursa to stop these powerful moves using just their strength. Despite the intense effort, the first half of the day goes by with visible wear and tear on Heracross and Teddiursa, and there is no significant improvements in their strength. After a well-deserved lunch break, Misty introduces the second drill. Heracross is tasked with lifting and executing a seismic toss on Rhydon, while Teddiursa must parry Rhydon's powerful hammer arm with his Metal Claw. Although nothing much comes out of the second drill too, Ash is not very disappointed. Now, as the night falls, Ash gathers with Heracross and Teddiursa by the riverside and he shares a heartfelt moment, assuring his Pokémon that they should train without the fear of getting hurt, as Ash promises to take care of them and emphasizes his dedication to their well-being. The trio spends the night together, strengthening their bond and talking, and eventually fall asleep. Early next morning, Ash wakes his Pokémon up and leads them to the riverside for some advanced training based on strategy and not only strength. Ash asks Heracross to lift and throw rocks at Teddiursa, who skillfully uses Metal Claw to destroy all of them. Ash then introduces the two strategic techniques that he was thinking about so that they could perform better in their drills, and asks Heracross to use his horn as a lever to disrupt rollouts and perform a seismic toss when the opponent is off balance. Similarly, he asks Teddiursa to use Shadow Claw to break the ground and reduce the opponent's momentum before executing and hitting them with a powerful Metal Claw. After working some time on the strategic techniques specifically, Ash is very impressed with the progress that they're making and then takes Heracross and Teddiursa to Brock and Misty to do and follow through on the training drills that they had planned. The Pokemon now showcase their newfound strategic thinking and confidence and successfully complete the drills repeatedly that they could not do the day earlier. Ash believes that the combination of the training and the increased self-assurance is enough to challenge Whitney once again. After allowing his Pokemon to rest and heal for the day at the Pokemon Center, the trio heads to the gym next morning, ready to face Whitney and earn the plain badge. With the fruits of his dedicated training, Ash challenges her. The Goldenrod City gym is buzzed with anticipation as Whitney graciously accepts the challenge, setting the stage for a thrilling 2-on-2 battle as Whitney sends in Milk Tank, her powerhouse Pokemon first, who steps forward to face off against Ash's determined Heracross. As the battle commences, Whitney taunts Ash, stating that hopefully he had learned from their previous encounter. Unfazed, Ash remains silent, relying on his strategic instincts and instructs Heracross to disrupt Miltank's rollout with its horn as a lever. Although the first attempt at the strategy fails and Heracross takes some damage, but Ash still persists and believes in his Pokemon. As Miltank initiates another rollout, Ash seizes the opportunity and directs Heracross to use the horn as a lever again, this time disbalancing Miltank and crashing it into the gym wall. Next, capitalizing on Miltank's vulnerability, Ash calls for a daring move, having Heracross lift Miltank above the ground and execute a powerful seismic toss. And this time, the attack sends Miltank crashing into the gym floor, putting Whitney on the defensive. Realizing that she needs a strategy to turn the tide, Whitney calls for a double team to confuse Heracross. But undeterred, Ash commands Heracross to take flight, dodging attempts at all body slams and using Bullet Seed to eliminate the illusionary Miltanks. Then, to further press the advantage, Ash orchestrates a spectacular aerial assault as Heracross rains down a barrage of aerial aces from the sky, dealing substantial and continuous damage to to Miltank. Frustrated by the relentless onslaught, Whitney commands Miltank to unleash a powerful Hyper Beam that successfully connects, bringing Heracross down to the ground. But despite the visible exhaustion, Heracross displays unparalleled resilience and rises back up. Ash, further driven by this unwavering determination of his Pokemon, calls for one final move, another seismic toss. Heracross, although hurt, fueled by the bond with his trainer, executes the attack perfectly on the recharging Miltank, securing a hard-earned victory for Ash. Whitney, recognizing the fierce competition, switches in Clefable to continue the fight. Heracross, visibly fatigued, is easily defeated by Clefable as Teddiursa enters the fray. Clefable unleashes a Meteor Mash, and with Ash's quick thinking, Teddiursa dodges it using Dig. Seizing this moment, Teddiursa then counters with the Metal Claw from behind, landing a potent strike on Clefable and dealing major damage. Whitney, impressed by Teddiursa's resilience and Ash's strategy, commanded Clefable to use a Zen Headbutt. Ash, then utilizing Teddiursa's small size, directs a sequence of Shadow Claws to the ground to slow down Clefable. Then Ash asks Teddiursa to dodge the slower Zen Headbutt and retaliate with a mighty Metal Claw, sending Clefable crashing into the wall behind Whitney. With Clefable further weakened, Whitney calls for a final Meteor Mash to finish Teddiursa once and for all. Ash, putting his unwavering trust in Teddiursa, instructs the BA Pokemon to unleash its full power in a Hyper Beam. The collision of the forces was as intense as it could ever be, but Teddiursa emerges victorious, overpowering Clefable's Meteor Mash and securing the plain badge for Ash. Brock and Misty erupt in cheers as Whitney gracefully hands over the badge, acknowledging Ash's incredible growth in such a short time. She wishes him the best for his upcoming challenges and grateful for the lessons learned. Ash thanks Whitney but makes sure to credit the pivotal roles played by his friends and his Pokemon in his victory. With the plain badge proudly in his pocket, our trio departs for the next gym on Ash's journey. With the next gym being in Ecruteak City, Ash and his friends journey towards it. An unexpected detour though leads them to an exciting bug catching contest in the national park area. The air buzzes with anticipation as the participants, armed with special park balls, venture into a lush surrounding to capture the most formidable bug type Pokemon. Amidst this eager crowd, Ash encounters Casey, who is determined to outshine him in the contest. Their friendly rivalry takes an unexpected turn when Team Rocket interrupts the event, leading Casey and a Chikorita to bravely confront the villainous trio. In the heat of the battle, Chikorita undergoes a remarkable evolution, becoming a powerful Bayleaf, and together with Casey, they send Team Rocket flying and freeing everyone. Despite the heroic efforts, Casey and Bayleaf are unable to catch any bug Pokemon, leaving Ash as the victor with the Beedrill he had managed to catch before they were captured by Team Rocket. As a reward, he receives a Sunstone, but instead of keeping the newly acquired Beedrill, Ash surprises everyone by deciding to gift the Beedrill to Casey as a token of his gratitude for her dealing with Team Rocket. As the bug catching contest concludes, Ethan, a fellow trainer who is introduced to the gang by Casey, approaches Ash with the battle challenge. The anticipation builds as they decide to engage in a one-on-one battle after lunch. During the meal break, Ethan shares his admiration for Ash, recalling Ash's unforgettable battle against Bruno of the Kanto's Elite Four. After the satisfying lunch though, Ash and Ethan prepare for the one-on-one battle, with Brock serving as a referee. The field is set as Ash sends out his Houndour and Ethan counters with his Croconaw. The type disadvantage is apparent and Ash strategically plans his next moves because he wants to win. Ethan kicks off the battle with an Ice Fang, but Ash's quick response with a Flamethrower proves effective, completely overpowering the opposing attack. Ethan then commands Croconaw to unleash a Dragon Claw, but Ash cleverly employs Smog, poisoning and distracting Croconaw at the same time, causing his attack to miss. Capitalizing on this major advantage, Ash directs Houndour to release a massive Flamethrower in all directions possible, dealing minor damage to the poisoned Croconaw. Ethan, undeterred though, instructs Croconaw to use Bite, successfully inflicting some pain on Houndour. However, Ash seizes this opportunity for a super effective Thunder Fang, further weakening the already poisoned Croconaw. Croconaw only has one attack left in his tank due to the poisoning and the Thunder Fang. Ethan calls for a Water Pulse, and Ash displays his unwavering determination and commands Houndour to endure through the attack and counter with the finishing bite. The weakened water pulse during the poisoning allows Houndour to power through the water type attack and land the bite, securing Ash's victory. Impressed by Ash's battle style, Ethan acknowledges his defeat and promises to improve for their next encounter. Ash in turn praises Ethan's Crocodile and encourages him to keep working hard. Casey, inspired by the battle between Ash and Ethan, proposes a friendly battle too, but this time between Ash's Bayleaf and her Bayleaf. Although Ash's Bayleaf proves too strong and too experienced for her and Ash secures an easy victory, Casey takes it as motivation to strive for improvement. As the young trainers part ways, promising to meet again someday, our heroes continue their journey to the next gym. Now, on their way to Ecruteak City, our heroes explore the ruins of Alph. They encounter Professor Oak, who reveals a mysterious discovery as Foster, one of Oak's old top students, leads them to a forbidden entry, the Ancient Pokémon Study Park, a recreation of the ancient Pokémon world set to open to the public in some days. Foster emphasizes the need for secrecy due to the potential dangers associated with the discovery that he is about to show to our heroes. At the park, Foster astounds everyone by showcasing them real living fossil Pokémon, an Omastar and two Omanite revived using the fossil restoration machine. Misty then remembers the letter and container Oak had given her earlier, containing a fossil she had found in the Orange Islands. Excitement fills the air as Foster reveals they can easily revive this fossil. Using the machine, Foster successfully brings a Kabuto back to life. Misty, unsure of what to do with the Pokemon, seeks Oak's advice. However, Team Rocket interrupts the moment, stealing Kabuto and the Omastar. Misty, with the Poliwhirl and Horsey, takes swift action, defeating Team Rocket and rescuing the captured Pokemon. After the battle, Misty attempts to release Kabuto, but the Pokemon insists on staying with her. Professor Oak explains to Misty that sometimes it's the Pokemon's decisions and not the trainers regarding who they want to be with. Misty accepts Kabuto into a team and the group celebrates the new addition. As our heroes prepare to leave the park, Professor Oak reminds Ash to read the letter that he had given him earlier as the trio departs for the next gym. Next up, as Ash and his friends journey through a bustling town, they encounter a frantic trainer struggling to control his rampaging Tauros. With quick thinking and Teddiursa's strength, Ash manages to halt the charging Tauros and knock it to sleep with a massive metal claw. Grateful, the trainer introduces himself as Kenzo, the Shihan of a nearby fighting dojo. Kenzo then invites the group to his dojo, where they witness a Hitmontop's impressive dance performance. Curious, Ash consults his Pokédex as Kenzo's granddaughter Chigusa emerges. To Ash's surprise, Kenzo appoints him as the new Shihan, igniting a dispute with Chigusa, who believes she is the right successor. Reluctant to assume the role, Ash is drawn into a battle with Chigusa to settle the matter. Despite lacking a fighting type Pokemon, Ash agrees to battle at Kenzo's insistence, using Teddiursa to face Chigusa's Hitmontop. The intense battle initially sees Teddiursa enduring a punishing close combat and triple kicks, but ultimately Ash's experience helps him emerge victorious with a decisive Hyper Beam by catching Hitmontop and Chigusa off guard with a dig. Just as the tensions ease, our challenger named Shiro, the Dojo Destroyer, arrives seeking to test Kenzo's mettle. Kenzo, despite experiencing a sudden backache, accepts the challenge. Amidst the duel, Kenzo asks Ash to take his place in the battle because he is too old, but Ash says it should be Chigusa instead of him, recognizing her potential to defend the dojo's honor, and offers her advice to be a little patient in the battle and attack when she sees a proper opening. Chigusa though then rises to the occasion and utilizes Hitmontop's dancing skills to easily evade Shiro's Hitmonlee's every attack, eventually tiring him out. In a spectacular display of skill then, Hitmontop overwhelms the tired Hitmonlee with close combat, securing victory and earning Kenzo's admiration. Kenzo hands over a TM of close combat to Ash as a thanks for helping him realize Chigusa's potential. As when the dusk falls, the group bids farewell to Kenzo and Chigusa as their paths diverge. Chigusa reconciles with Ash, acknowledging the lessons learned from the day's events, and states her determination to carry on her grandfather's legacy and promises to grow, and embraces her new role as Kenzo's successor. Ash and his friends then leave and continue their quest, thanking Kenzo and Chigusa for the hospitality. On their way to Ecruteak City, while taking a break in a lush tropical jungle, Ash and his friends stumble upon a natural hot spring and decide to relax. The group releases their Pokemon for a break, and Ash initiates a game of ball with them. Laughter fills the air as the Pokemon joyfully engage in the game, with Totodile's enthusiastic swing sending the ball soaring into the jungle. As they search for the missing ball, Bayleaf spots it being playfully handed by an Aipom. The mischievous Aipoms take off and Ash along with his Pokemon gives chase. In the midst of this pursuit, Team Rocket, daydreaming of a tropical paradise, stumble upon the sleeping Snorlax. Their attempt to catch it is met with a rude awakening as Snorlax sends them blasting off. The commotion attracts the attention of both Aipom and our heroes. Snorlax, mistaking the ball for food, inadvertently traps Aipom's tail under its massive frame. Ash devises a plan to distract Snorlax, enlisting the help of his Pokemon to collect fruits and keep the large Pokemon occupied. Aipom then seizes this opportunity to break free of the trap and Snorlax devours the fruits. Ash realizes they need a more sustainable solution because when the fruits run out, Snorlax will be hungry and maybe even angry. This is when Ash's thoughts turn out to be true as Snorlax is irritated due to the fruits running out and starts wreaking havoc. Determined to calm the colossal Pokemon, Ash decides to battle and catch it. Sending Pikachu into the fray, Ash employs a strategic approach. Pikachu utilizes Quick Attack to tire out Snorlax while inflicting damage at the same time. Snorlax retaliates with a powerful Ice Punch, but Pikachu skillfully counters each Ice Punch with an Iron Tail. As Snorlax moves in for a body slam, Pikachu gracefully dodges them by employing multiple digs. Seizing this moment, Pikachu lands a mighty Thunder, successfully incapacitating the exhausted Snorlax. With Snorlax subdued, Ash seizes his opportunity to catch the massive and slumbering Pokemon. Returning to Brock and Misty after the catching is done, he proudly showcases his latest catch. As night falls, our heroes rest, ready to embark on their way to the gym tomorrow. Eventually, on their way to Ecruteak City, Ash falls victim to a stomachache. With no medicine in sight, the group encounters an old man who is known as Old Man Shuckle, who is a pharmacist who generously provides Ash with some pills. However, much to everyone's surprise, taking the pills results in a burst of purple gas from Ash's mouth, miraculously curing his stomachache. Intrigued by this unconventional medicine, the group follows Old Man Shuckle to his laboratory, filled with natural ingredients. Old Man reveals that the secret to his unique medicine is that he fills Shuckle shells with ingredients until they transform into the juices, forming the basis of his medicines. The elderly pharmacist shares the existence of a rare purple Shuckle capable of producing a juice that can tame any Pokemon. Captivated by this idea, Ash requests some of the special juice, but Old Man Shuckle explains that locating a purple Shuckle is no easy task. However, he offers a deal. If the group helps them find the elusive creature, he will share the juice with them. The old man then goes on to introduce them to Spoopy, a Bellsprout who is his partner. Later, he sends off the trio with Spoopy on a quest to track down the rare Pokemon. Team Rocket overhears their conversation and becomes excited about the prospect of obtaining a juice that could make any Pokemon obedient to them. Despite Spoopy's help in trying to find the purple Shuckle, the search proves challenging. Along the way, Ash encounters a curious Eevee which playfully takes his hat. Spoopy communicates with the Eevee who senses the scent of the purple Shuckle. As they follow Eevee, Spoopy uncovers the purple Shuckle beneath a rock. Although before they can reach the Shuckle, Team Rocket swoops in, snatching the Shuckle with a smokescreen, and then they vanish, leaving Ash and his friends determined to rescue the purple Shuckle from Team Rocket. Team Rocket then decides to taste the Shuckle juice and are swarmed by love-struck Shuckle, complicating their escape further, and Ash and friends finally catch up, demanding the return of the purple Shuckle. Despite the battle, Team Rocket refused to surrender the Shuckle. To end the chaos, Old Man Shuckle shatters some powder to neutralize the pheromones, and Spoopy secures the purple Shuckle with Vine Whip as Ash's Pikachu with Eevee's help sent Team Rocket blasting off. Grateful for their help, Old Man Shuckle rewards Brock with the Pokemon taming medicine as promised. As the friends bid farewell, they are surprised to see Eevee walking alongside them. When Ash tries to catch it, Eevee deflects the Pokeball but continues the journey with them, leaving our heroes both puzzled and excited about their new companion. Eventually, our heroes get tired on their way to Ecruteak City and rest at a Pokemon Center where Brock checks his email and discovers a message from Susie, who needs a Pokemon for the Pokemon Beauty contest in Bonitaville. Excited to help the girl, the group rushes to the event and Brock decides to groom Vulpix for the contest. Unbeknownst to them, Team Rocket also plans to enter the competition in his stylish outfits to become rich and famous. While searching for Susie, Vulpix directly leads them to her. Expressing the joy at the reunion, Susie is thrilled to see Brock and invites him to enter the contest too, suggesting that he use his Stantler. During a tea break, Susie introduces our heroes to Zane, her longtime rival from nursery school, and both stylists continue preparing for the contest. Brock, Ash and Misty focus on Brock's entry in the competition, with Brock choosing Stantler as his companion. Meanwhile, Team Rocket puts finishing touches on Meowth's appearance for the competition. In the audience, Ash and Misty read the program and learn that Brock's entry is number 36, with Susie and Zane following him directly. As Team Rocket opens the contest with a dazzling display of groomed Pokémon, including Victreebel, Weezing, Arbok, Wobbuffet, and Meowth, subsequently Brock, Susie and Zane deliver outstanding performances of their own. Team Rocket then attempt to sabotage the contest by capturing Susie, Zane and other trainers and their Pokémon. Ash sends out Noctowl, secretly freeing Brock, who then with Vulpix's help liberates Susie and Zane. The trio of stylists then defeats Team Rocket, sending them blasting off. The contest resumes and Brock surprises everyone by winning it. All the losing, Zane then goes on to propose and opening a joint Pokemon beauty salon with Susie, and Brock, being mature and overcoming his infatuation with the girl, supports this idea. As Susie prepares to leave, Vulpix runs back to Brock, unwilling to part from him. Realizing Vulpix's choice, Susie officially hands over her to Brock, asking him to raise her well. Our heroes, along with the Eevee then, still tagging along, leave for the next gym, marking the end of the stylish and eventful day. Now, on the journey towards Ecruteak City, Ash, Brock and Misty hear a distant sound of battling, which catches their attention. Drawn by the curiosity, they approach the scene to discover Gary in the midst of a fierce battle against a skilled trainer with an Alakazam. Gary's Umbreon takes the spotlight, showcasing its agility and dark-type prowess, and proving impervious to psychic attacks. Observing this particular battle, the Eevee accompanying Ash notices every detail of Umbreon's style. After Gary emerges victorious, Ash seizes this opportunity to challenge him. However, Gary declines, citing the past encounter where Umbreon as an Eevee had defeated Ash's Teddiursa easily. Undeterred, Ash vows to beat Gary and Umbreon in the future battle, with his determination echoing through the air alongside the still present Eevee, who notices Ash's willingness to beat Gary. In a nearby town, Ash tries to divert his attention from the discussions about Gary's formidable Umbreon by indulging in hamburgers at the Pokémon Center. Unexpectedly, a blackout plunges the town into darkness. The gang decides to investigate the power plant as Gary, on noticing them, follows silently, eager to witness the events that may unfold. At the power plant, Team Rocket's devious plan to divert energy is unveiled, and an imposing Robo-Mecha Wobbuffet capable of countering attacks emerges to thwart Ash and his friends. Realizing they can't overcome this mechanical menace, the group retreats, leading the relentless robot on a chase of our trio. Just when all hope seems lost, the robot stops abruptly, having exhausted its power cord's length. Gary seizes the moment and instructs Umbreon to sever the power cable, disabling the robot. The four trainers then rush to the power plant, freeing the captured workers, and devise a plan to restore the power. The relentless Robo-Mecha, though, powered by Team Rocket's bicycle paddling efforts, resumes its assault on our heroes. Ash, though inspired by Gary's strategic thinking earlier, devises a plan involving Cyndaquil's flamethrower and Bayleaf's vine whip to dismantle the robot from within. As Team Rocket is then sent blasting off and a power is restored to the town. Impressed by Ash's strategic brilliance, Gary suggests a battle. Excitement fills the air as Ash eagerly accepts the challenge. However, when Gary sends out Umbreon, the Shuckle Forest Eevee steps up to battle in from Ash's side. An intense clash ensues, with Eevee's Swift and Umbreon's Dark Pulse colliding, followed by a collision of quick attacks from both ends as Umbreon's speed outclasses and deals major damage to Eevee. Eventually, Umbreon's hidden power is too much for the Eevee to handle as the battle concludes with Umbreon's victory over Eevee. Gary, after the battle, expresses disappointment in Ash for not using his own Pokemon. As they part ways, Gary advises Ash to let the Eevee go, deeming it too weak to be trained. Troubled by the encounter, the gang decides to seek solace at the Pokemon Center where Eevee receives care from Nurse Joy. The next morning, as Eevee recovers, Ash asks Eevee if she wants to be captured by him, but when she disagrees on it, Ash engages in a heartfelt conversation with her, setting a condition that for her to travel with him, she must grow stronger by training alongside his other Pokemon, irrespective of the fact that if she wants to be captured by him or not. With Ash's stolen hat and a determined spirit, Eevee agrees and the gang continues their journey to Ecruteak City after bidding farewell to Nurse Joy. On their way to Ecruteak City, a mountain range provides a picturesque backdrop for Ash and his friends, inspiring a training session in the crisp, clean air. Ash decides to pair up his Pokemon for specialized training, seizing this opportunity to strengthen their bonds and skills, as Totodile and Bayleaf are engaged in a sparring session where Totodile is aimed to overcome its grass-type disadvantage by raising his endurance to grass-type moves specifically. Cyndaquil and Houndour collaborate to enhance their fire-type attacks through a friendly competition. Pikachu and Snorlax are teamed up by Ash for a training session focusing on improving their raw power attacks, as Eevee, full of enthusiasm, is encouraged by Ash to join each pair of Pokemon one by one and train with them. Meanwhile, Brock decides to not train and enjoy some leisurely playtime with his Pokemon, while Misty focuses on a comprehensive training session encouraging synergy among her Pokemon, especially involving Magikarp, Horsey and Kabuto. As the day progressed, the group decide to take a break for lunch. After the lunch, Brock offers to let Onix join in on Ash's training, which leads to an intense dodging practice for Ash's Pokemons that pushes them to their limits. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Silver with cocky demeanor walks in, mocking Ash's reliance on his friends' Pokemon for training. Ash this time though is not in a mood to take any insults, and fueled by a desire to prove himself to Silver, challenges him to a battle. Silver, having just earned his 5th badge in Ecruteak City, accepts the challenge as he is confident in his superiority over Ash. The one-on-one battle commences with Silver sending out his formidable Quilava against Ash's Cyndaquil. Silver took the initiative with Aerial Ace, but Ash counters with a well-executed smokescreen to reduce visibility. Seizing the opportunity, Ash commands a barrage of quick attacks, landing several blows on Quilava as the smoke clears eventually. Silver then retaliates with a powerful Wild Charge, dealing significant damage to Cyndaquil and further pushes Cyndaquil to the edge with multiple fire pledges, but Ash breaks down seeing this beating and asks Cyndaquil to let it go, reinforcing that he cares more about Cyndaquil than the victory, as in a pivotal moment in the battle when Silver's Quilava is prepared for a finishing flame charge, Ash's Cyndaquil evolves into Quilava, surprising Silver and Ash both and turning the tide of the battle with a major flamethrower of its own, totally overpowering the flame charge from earlier. Silver, frustrated with his developments, opts for multiple fire pledges, pushing the Quilava to its limits. Determined, Ash urges his Pokemon to endure and then launch Aerial Ace while letting out a massive flamethrower. Silver calls for Quilava to counter with the Wild Charge as both Pokemon clash with a loud noise, resulting in a draw in the end and both Pokemon being knocked out. Now, despite Silver's dismissive attitude to the result of the battle, Ash celebrates Cyndaquil's evolution and states how proud he is of their progress, where Silver leaves vowing to showcase his stronger Pokemon in the future. Ash though remains confident and hugs Quilava tightly, and with a newfound determination, the group decide to call it a night and continue the journey to Ecruteak City the next day. Now, on their way to Ecruteak City, a tranquil riverside offers a perfect spot for Ash and his friends to take a break and have some lunch. But little did our heroes know that Team Rocket is always scheming was lurking nearby, ready to pounce and capture their Pokemon. In a surprise attack, Jesse and James manage to capture Ash and his Pokemon, leaving Brock and Misty to confront them in a double battle. With determined teamwork, Brock and Misty send out Stantler and Poliwhirl to face Jesse's Arbok and Victreebel. The battlefield cracks open with the intensity as the Pokemons clash, but Brock and Misty's coordination overwhelms Team Rocket. Misty, confident in her skills, asks Brock to let her take this one on her own and decides to take on Snubbull with her Horsey. Now, Jesse calls for a Fire Fang, but Misty skillfully neutralizes it with a swift water gun. Then, the battle intensifies with Jesse's frustration growing as she orders a headbutt, but Misty's quick reflexes and double team tactics help her easily dodge the headbutts. Now, as Jessie's frustration grows further, in a desperate move, she calls for an Ice Fang, hoping to catch Misty off guard. However, Misty has other plans and she instructs Horsey to freeze Snubbull's feet with an Aurora Beam before the Ice Fang lands, leaving Snubbull immobilized. Taking advantage of the situation, Misty unleashes a powerful water gun, sending Snubbull flying. Frustration overcomes Jessie and she drops to her knees, crying out in defeat. Surprisingly, the Snubbull, witnessing Jessie's distress, approaches her to offer comfort. In a heartwarming moment, Snubbull begins to glow, evolving into Granbull. The evolved Granbull, now brimming with new strength, launches a Thunder Fang, and Misty is caught off guard, instructs Horsey to dodge, but it fails, resulting in Horsey taking significant damage. Granbull, now with enhanced power, corners Horsey. Misty, determined to turn the tide, calls for a strong tackle, but Granbull retaliates with a powerful Dragon Breath. Despite the odds, Horsey succumbs to Granbull's newfound strength. However, the battle was not over. Misty gathers her resolve as Horsey gets back up to deliver a final super powerful attack with a combination of Dragon Breath and Double Team. Horsey triumphs and sends Granbull flying and Team Rocket blasting off as Brock then swiftly rescues Ash and his Pokemon, and our heroes decides to not have their lunch break and opt to press on towards Ecruteak City and the next gym. Next up, in the midst of their journey towards Ecruteak City, Ash and his friends stumble upon a vibrant array of grass-type Pokemon in lush surroundings. Their attention was swiftly captured by a nimble Skiploom, which leads them to a dedicated trainer, a young-spirited boy named Ephraim. The boy, eager to test his skills, challenges Ash to battle to help train his Skiploom that he affectionately calls Skippy. Excitement fills the air as Ash accepts the challenge, releasing his trusty Bayleaf onto the battleground. The clash began with burst of energy as Skippy showcases its speed with a flurry of double team attacks. Bayleaf momentarily is bewildered and retaliates with a series of powerful multiple energy balls that shatter the illusionary clones and land a direct hit on Skippy. Undeterred, Ephraim commands Skippy to unleash a leech seed. Bayleaf though is too smart and Ash asks it to skillfully counter it with a precise Vine Whip, dispersing the seed and concluding the battle with a resounding Iron Tail, smashing Skippy into the ground. Ash, jubilant in his victory, celebrates, but Misty criticizes him for the apparent rough treatment of Ephraim's Skiploom. Despite the defeat, Skippy emerges unharmed and Ephraim, far from disheartened, extends a warm invitation to our heroes towards his home. At Ephraim's residence, his parents welcome the group with hospitality, assuring everyone that the battle was an opportunity for growth rather than just simple victory or defeat for Ephraim. Ephraim, eager to showcase the resilience of grass-type Pokemon, shares his aspiration to compete in the upcoming annual grass tournament of their town. This prestigious event focuses solely on grass-type Pokemon and promises a grand prize of 6 leaf stones. Ash is very excited and inspired after hearing this news and is brimming with confidence, decides to join the tournament alongside his Bayleaf as it would prove to be great training. As preparations for the grass-type tournament go on, Team Rocket, always on the lookout for opportunities, caught wind of the grass tournament and devised a plan to seize the leaf stones using James's victory bell. On the day of the tournament, with trainers and their Pokemon arriving from all around for the competition, Ash in the first round faces a skilled opponent with a Gloom. Bayleaf's Vine Whip though swiftly secures victory, propelling Ash into the next stage. Ephraim in his round encounters James and his Victreebel, who are disguised. Undeterred by the intimidating appearance of Victreebel, Ephraim and Skippy execute a flawless combination of Leech Seed and Double Team, securing him a decisive win. In a comedic twist though, Jessie and Meowth attempt to infiltrate the tournament in disguise too, only to be exposed by Ash during their battle. The Rocket Trio then attempts to steal the Leaf Stones and is thwarted by Bayleaf's Vine Whip, sending them blasting off as Ash and Ephraim then get through to the finals with their respective victories. The final then unfolds with an intense showdown between Ash and Ephraim. Bayleaf's power initially dominates the match, countering Skippy's double team onslaught with relentless energy balls. However, as the battle intensifies, Ephraim and Skippy unveil an unexpected solar beam, catching everyone off guard and dealing major damage to Bayleaf. Despite the unexpected move and damage, Bayleaf gets back at Skippy with a barrage of Vine Whips as Ash, displaying concern for Skippy's well-being, suggests a pause in the battle, but Ephraim, understanding his Skiploom's determination, opts to continue with the double team. As in a final surge, Bayleaf overwhelms Skippy with a barrage of double team of his own, followed by a massive Iron Tail secured Ash's victory. As the dust settles, Brock speculates that though Skippy's participation and growth during the tournament might have triggered an increase in its level, but that was still not enough to win. Though Ash realizes something big from the battle, acknowledges Ephraim's growth and invites him to share the trophy and the leaf stones with him on the stage, emphasizing the importance of both pride and spirit in our trainer's journey. With a newfound understanding of growth and camaraderie, Ash and his friends continue their journey, each holding a leaf stone, as the rest are left with Ephraim and his family. So that was all for the Johto Saga Part 4 of What If Ash Fully Evolved All His Pokemon, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and I just wanted to drop a channel update. Either I'll be uploading a video a month which will be as long as this one, which will be like an hour nearly an hour or 50 minutes, or I'll be up like 4 videos a month, a video weekly basically, if I'm able to hire editor for my channel and I'm team up with him and we develop a good flow. So I wanted to drop that update in the video itself for all the people who do not pay attention to the community tab. And I also would like you guys to just if you're enjoying this series and want me to take this series to Paldea as the final season and Journeys as the final season, and take Ash to Paldea and all those things, just keep supporting me like this, keep liking the video, subscribing onto the channel, turning on the bell icon, and also I would say, if you can donate to the channel through the member, by becoming a member or a super thanks or something, please do it. It would really help for me to make content better and get this content available to you faster so we can reach the end goal of the series as soon as we can. I hope you guys are really enjoying the videos, and I love you guys' comments. I mean, the comments are they're fabulous, and I just want you guys to keep going on with the comments and keep supporting the channel like this. And I'm sorry for vanishing as much as I do. It's hard balancing in real life things with the channel, but I'll do my best and keep giving you guys the content that you want. And I hope you like this video. Comment your views about what you want to see next. So till then, see you in the next video.